What it do? So, as many people know, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks have been on the best of terms. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to go ahead and trade Russell Wilson. We're going to trade Russell Wilson and we're going to realistically rebuild the Seattle Seahawks. Bring back the Legion of Boom, maybe. So, I am using the Start Today feature in Madden 22. We are on NextGen. Pro Bowl. I think he's got a breakout player in the Pro Bowl. That's crazy. We are going to be playing games in this, too, by the way. It's not just a straight sim. We will be playing games. Do we play the Pro Bowl? I think we play the Pro Bowl. Nah, we don't play the Pro Bowl. Maybe he gets his dev in the Pro Bowl. That'd be tough. Let me load in this draft class. And my local file's a little outdated. The Madden share is still stupid. So I have one of Bengals' first ones that I'm using. It's like Sam Howell. Even though, North Carolina's my school, he's definitely not the number one quarterback coming out. We could try. I could try to load that in real quick. But if it doesn't work, damn, we're just going to have to go with this old one. I really hope it works. So no, unfortunately, it's going to be a little outdated. Some of the guys are not going to be the guys they are now. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But anyways, let's go ahead, get to the Super Bowl. We got a Rams-Bengals Super Bowl. It's crazy. We got some upgrades. We can do that next week. Look at re-signing. Look at the cap. So we're here. Start of off season. This is where it really starts for us today. Let's go ahead and upgrade some of these players. We're going to take a look at the roster. Oh, Jordan Brooks. Stopper. It's a power rush on our scheme. Let me see what scheme the Seahawks. They got the Seahawks running now in the game. Because, what I get from watching the Seahawks in real life, I'm not a huge Seahawks fan. So I'm not just watching every game. You feel me? But they seem like more of a power run, deep shot taking team, deep threat. So let's go ahead. Let's look at this. See what team schemes they have here. Yeah, I'm on a West Coast zone run. So I guess West Coast zone scheme. We could keep with that. Improviser. Do we want to keep with that? I think the scheme. We're not going to worry about scheme building right now. We're going to wait to see what we are going to get from Russell Wilson, because the quarterback can really change what we're doing on offense completely. So we got Jordan Brooks, and I got a couple trades in mind for Russell Wilson already. We might look into, but we have Jordan Brooks right here. It's definitely good coverage. You might have to transition to it inside. We got to see much longer Bobby Wags is going to play there. Well, they're probably playing 4-3-4 in defense. Probably running 3-4 defense. Let's go. Let's go with the pass coverage. Let's go with the pass coverage for now. I might just make him a middle linebacker. I'm almost pretty sure they run a 3-4. Or is it 4-3? They run a 4-3, don't they? Yeah, they run a 4-3. Jordan Brooks. So he's playing more of a pass coverage role. But yeah, we can take a look at the team right now before we really get into contracts and everything. So, of course, you got Tyler Lockett, Russ Wilson, DK, Penny, Chris Carson. Someone he's been hurt 6 weeks. So he'll be back next year. The team is not good. It's not great. Especially after we trade Russell Wilson, it's not going to look great. Bobby Wags. We're going to figure out if we want to do a hard reset of this team. Because if we are doing a hard reset of this team, Bobby Wags might be somewhere we look to move. It's not really a big penalty to move him either. So it's something we could definitely look into to bring some youth onto this team. And we're not stuck in. Because I feel like the Seahawks, coming off that championship run, they really got stuck in limbo. Do you need to make any staff moves? Giants got a head coach. Can I even make staff moves? I think I gotta make staff moves next week. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I feel like they're one of those teams stuck in limbo. You know, like they're always competitive, but they're not really good to really win anything. I would compare them to another Northwest team in the NBA, like the Trailblazers. Like you got a star guy who's gonna keep you competitive, but you haven't really been able to build a team around him to really be successful. And I feel like what's going on with the Seahawks. And everyone's age is starting to get up there. So I feel like the best thing for the Seahawks might to be to do a hard reset based on their roster makeup now. They got a guy like DK that we're definitely looking to keep around and shit like that. But anyways, we're here. We can check retirements real quick. We do got re-signings to go through, but we could check. We could check some 2021 retirements. Al Woods, Dwayne Brown. Those are both tough. Those are both tough. Dwayne Brown was probably the only good offensive line they had, and Al Woods was really a good, nose tackle in the middle on defense. Let's see if there's any major ones like Andrew Whitworth, Emmanuel Sanders. Sue retires. Mercedes Lewis, AJ Green. Big Ben does retire. Devin McCourty retires. Deshaun Jackson retires. Okay, none really too crazy. Calais Campbell retiring. That's a big hole they're gonna have to fill. That's a big hole the Ravens are gonna have to fill. Jason, the other McCourty brother, Jason Peters. All right, not really too crazy. Calais Campbell, I guess it's not really surprising, but I don't see him really retiring in real life just because of how good the core is. This core could definitely extend his playing career. Their core and defense, if they're when they're healthy, of course. But anyway, let's jump straight into these contract negotiations. So it's looking like we have about 61 million in cap. Okay, our cap should go up, I believe, when we trade Russell Wilson. But Quandre Diggs is a guy that definitely had a good season in real life. Definitely had a good season in real life. He's asking for 12, 13 over 3. Now, in terms of Madden, we are doing this realistic. He's not going to develop anymore, even though he has that star dev. He's 29 already. So he's definitely going to, he probably might start regression. So he might be like a 77 at the end of next year, maybe even lower. So I think in terms of Madden specifically, this 3-year contract is not a good contract. Let's see if we can go down to 1. Just so this is a spot on the team we don't have to really look to fill. If we need to trade him for some, we can do that. But we'll definitely throw a 1-year deal, see what he says. He's testing out free agency. What's the tag at a safety spot? 14? Yeah, definitely not. Then you had DJ Reader, 25, cornerback. He's only asked for a 2-year deal, 10 million. He has about 3 more years to develop still in Madden, the 78, 75 man coverage, 81 zone. 2 years. I think we can give him a 3-year deal here. 78 overall. Nope, we're gonna give him a 2-year deal. See how he develops over these next 2 years. See if we can bring this money down a little bit to let's do 9.8 over 2. Another guy testing free agency. Rashad Penny's a guy that definitely had a breakout year. He obviously didn't complete his dev scenario. Chris Carson's gonna be back. Paying a running back, especially not elite running backs, like why? Sidney Jones, 77 overall. 78 man, 76 zone. He's 26, so he has 2 more years to develop. I think I'll offer him this contract. 8 over 2, 4 million a year. Yeah, I'll offer him that. He accepts that. Give him 2 more years to develop. Maybe he gets like an 81. He could be a third cornerback if we really look to address the defense heavily. I think I'm leaning towards that is not recreating the Legion of Boom, but focusing on our defense to really withstand our offense. Because we have a ultimate playmaker in DK Metcalf, and I don't plan to move him because of how young he is, and we can really focus through him to be competitive on offense. Sort of not necessarily like a Debo role, but you know what I'm saying. You got one of those guys, a playmaker on offense. You can run your offense to him. Gerald Everett, he's 28, star dev. I'll be paying him till he's 32. He's not going to develop anymore. I'm not going to do that. Well, Disley's 26, 74. I think we keep him with this 2 years 8. Let's see if he would take 2 years 8. I'll do 2 years, $4 million just to have a tight end, and he's going to free agency. Here we got the center. We got Ethan Posick, 27 years old, 73 overall. He probably got another year of development in him. He's not asking for an expensive deal. Center. That's a hole we probably. Oh, never mind. But that center's definitely a hole we didn't want to have to address. It's just linemen. A lot of these depth guys is just like, it's whatever. It's not really crazy. Let's go back over here to ready to negotiate. There's a lot of depth guys too. So I think we go by position. I feel like we could get a better backup. We might need to go with a starting quarterback, and Gino's not that, especially at 31 years old. This offseason, Alex Collins, depth running back for 2. Like a lot of these guys that are 25, 26, I don't really want to bring back because even if they develop decently, they're not going to be there for the Let's see if everyone wants to come on a 1-year deal. Give them some more money. Maybe something that has a little value to trade. But they're not going to be there for by the time our core picks up. Like, we're about to trade Russell Wilson, so our quarterback needs some time to develop. Right guard, 26. No, he's not even like a good plug and play tackle at 70 overall. Rasheem Green, 25. He only wants a 1-year deal. He has normal development. I'll offer him this. But wow, a lot of guys do not want to come back to Seattle. Say that now. Left outside linebacker, 64 overall, 23 years. See his ratings. Does he have anything useful in his ratings? His run stopper. You could bring him in on a 2-year, let him develop a little. It's not gonna hurt our pockets anyways, just to have him on the roster. Tanner Muse, he's already 25. He wants a 3-year. He wants 6 over 3. What's he gonna get up to, like a 70 with this normal dev? Another run stopper guy. Doesn't really have any pass rusher. He's a great athlete. I guess. Let's see if we could drop the money. Keep the athlete around. No. Cornerback, DJ Reed. It's definitely someone I want to bring back. What was the franchise tag? It's like 22 million. Not doing that. Not really any other young guys I'm really looking to develop here. Blasson. I don't even want him to be a band-aid guy at 72 overall. You know what I mean? 26. Quandre is definitely someone I want to bring back. Even if now it's the tag and trade. We might. Nigel Warriors, 25. So, Quandre Diggs, we might use him as a tag and trade guy. We'll probably get some value for him. So what's that, 14 mil? That's 14.3 mil. You might be able to move him for something. So yeah, I think we're going to use him as a tag and trade guy. He obviously doesn't have any intent on staying here. We can get him to a situation where he'll, he's making 14 million, so he'll have a chance to prove himself again. Versus he wasn't going to get nearly as down in the open market. But yeah, so that's going to be our player negotiations. We're going to go to stage 1 of the offseason. So we're here, free agency week 1. We got 52 million in cap. We can take a look at our cap situation real quick. And then we got to start thinking about that Russell Wilson trade. So we're just going to go to team salaries. So the biggest people on the book this year is, of course, Russell Wilson. We will be taking a $26 million penalty with it, saving 11. Okay. That penalty is going to be split over 2 years, so that's about like 13 a year it's going to be. Okay, that's not terrible. It's definitely not terrible. Bobby Wag's only at 3.75 penalty. He's making 20 million this year. I told you this is a hard reset on the team. I don't think we're going to be resigning him, so trading him might be best. We brought Quandre Diggs in. $7 million penalty, of course, because it's tag and trade. But we might be able to get some value back. Tyler Lockett. His penalty is too large. We're not saving any money, so we might as well just let him, stick around. Puna Ford. He's making $9 million this year. If we get any value, we might just keep him on the roster if we don't want to eat that 4.8 A3, depending on how our cap looks after we make the bigger trades. Jamal Adams is gonna be sticking around. Gabe Jackson, yeah, he's probably gonna be sticking around. And probably the only staple we really have in that old line right now. Carlos Dunlap, definitely gonna either release or see if we get like a late round pick for some. Chris Carson is in a contract year next year. He's 27 years old. We know he hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's a running back. Is this a guy? Chris Carson might be another guy we look to move on. We might be making a few moves in this trade. Specifically, guys, we're gonna have to pay next year. Chris Carson might be a post like a draft day trade or definitely a post free agency trade. Just looking at some guys with expiring contracts next year that we have to worry about. And then good thing about like the Seahawks rebuild, if you go with a younger quarterback, even if he's not like a established quarterback, like a rookie or a first or second year player, and we decide to not be competitive for a year while they develop, or year or two, we're still going to be able to build a great team around him because he's going to be on that rookie deal for that 3 year, if he's a rookie, for that 3 year window where we're trying to be competitive after he develops for 2 years. So we're going to be able to put a lot of talent around him to really let him develop. So let's figure out this trade for Russell Wilson. So first off, it's gonna be a team that, remember, we're trying to do this as realistic within the confines of Madden. So I'd be saying it's a team that's looking to compete, like has a decent enough team to compete, or they just need some kind of attraction to their city, like a bigger market team. Like, so I'm thinking of teams that Russell Wilson's either going to take them over the top to be instant Super Bowl contenders, or a team that needs an attraction to their team and they don't really have like a young guy they're committed to developing or something like that. You know what I mean? So we're just looking through like the Broncos. There's possibly, I know the Broncos have been really looking into possibly getting Aaron Rodgers in real life. I think like the OC from the Packers is the new general manager over there in Denver. And it was like, hey man, if you could, bring him in, might get Aaron Rodgers this way. So we'll see. This is a pretty well built team. They got good receivers that could develop still with a guy like Russell Wilson. Quarterback is really the weakest part on this team. Their defense is still stout even without Vaughn. So, the Broncos is definitely an option. The Browns, no. We got the Bucks, nope. The Colts is another interesting team. They do still have Carson Wentz a large contract on the table, but they won't take a penalty if they were to move him or anything. So we can look into that. It did seem a lot of times that they were another team that was a quarterback away. And then also, I still want to make the trade where we're getting some good assets back. So I'll say the Broncos, the Colts, definitely two teams. Oh, but the Colts don't have a first round pick. So I'm gonna lean more towards. I gotta look at the Broncos picks, but I was definitely looking to get a first issue for whatever he decided to move. So let me just write this down real quick. Broncos, we gotta go look at their draft picks. Colts. Dolphins. I mean, the Dolphins is always intriguing, just because the Dolphins never really seem to be on the Tua bandwagon. Tua to Seattle. 24 years old. Still on his rookie contract. They have one first round pick this year, but they have two next year. Okay, we could think about something like that. Eagles. Eagles are another team that's like, they still haven't said, Jalen Hurts is one of them. But with three first round picks. So like two first round picks and Jalen Hurts would be the trade, right? Or would it have to be more than that? I think 2 first-round picks and a quarterback would probably suffice for Russell Wilson. I'm gonna talk to the council on that one. So that's still a possibility. So I would say I'll write Eagles down. Giants is another team with the early draft capital that they do have. Okay. I think I don't even gotta look through stuff. I feel like with this much early capital and Daniel Jones as a Band-Aid quarterback, is that the move? Is that the move? And this might be Giants fan bias, but like I feel like this is a realistic trade. You go Russell Wilson, you go 2 1s, and you go Daniel Jones. I feel like this gives a team who Russell Wilson's. Let me backtrack. Russell Wilson's a guy who hasn't really played under a super stout line in his career. The Giants, we don't have a super stout O line. We do have playmakers, but it's hard to be a non-elite quarterback with that offensive line and be able to work your playmakers in, like Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. Even though he has the catching problem, but Saquon, you know what I mean? So that would be the offense. Our defense was a top 10 defense last year. I like this trade. It doesn't work out cap wise because they'll be over the cap 5.8 million. So it would need to be somebody with a cap hit of 5.8 million. I'm just trying to think of how to make the numbers work real quick. It'd have to be a younger guy. Not a Saquon. 5.8 million. Or a sign and cut guy. I mean a trade and cut guy. So it'd be an older guy who's not really taking a penalty. They're trying to get out of that contract. Like a Nate Solder. So we throw a Nate Solder on here, right? That makes the penalty work. So I think first we'll do Nate Solder. And we'll throw in a future 6. That should work. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to overpay for Nate Solder. Do I have any bullshit on the roster to send like a fullback? Let's see if this fullback and this 6. I'm not saying below is bullshit. I'm just saying, you know what I mean. Anyways, so we went ahead and did that. Got Nate Solder off. Now let's come in with the actual trade. Just think of that. This is all part of one trade. You know what I mean? And then we come in with Daniel Jones. And we'll need to attach something. We need to attach something. We want to attach a pick. From 24 to 26, they do need defensive tackle. So what if it's 2 first, a second, Daniel Jones for that package, and a future first. For Russell Wilson, Poona Ford. No, I think we're not gonna be able to pull off all those first. Okay. So 2 first, future second. Just give me Russell Wilson and Poona. Does Poona sway this? If not, we're just gonna go to the other one. Yeah, alright, so I might not do all that. So we're gonna go. So we get third. No. Yeah, so we're just gonna go with the other one. We're gonna do Russell Wilson. We're gonna do Russell Wilson the first. Boom, boom, boom. Daniel Jones. What we got though is 6th. We throw in next year pick. We throw the 7th. No, 7th doesn't swing. We're gonna throw a player. Like a Dunlap. Like a Dunlap and a 7th. We're gonna throw a 5th. Fuck it, let's just throw the 5th. I do want to get Dunlap off, so at least try 7th first. Then we could try the future 5th. Wow. I really don't want Dunlap. What? Fuck it, Dunlap. I'm sure if we go up to 4, this is good. We'll go to future 4. Oh my god, future 4 don't work. It has to be a current 4, doesn't it? No. Oh, this trade is really giving me fits. Okay. I think we go Puna. This goes through. Okay, Puna in the 7th. This is the trade. I feel like we lost a lot of value due to Madden, but this is a trade. There we go. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go up to fucking 6. Do I have a 6? If I don't have a 6, I'm gonna be tight. I don't have a 6. And then we throw on Dunlap. Clear this cap, now that we're the cap. Okay. So we can't dump Dunlap on you guys. I apologize. I got 1.2 million in cap to take. I don't want to go up past the 6. I wish I had a 6. I really wish I had a 6 right now. Travis Homer. Take this. Nope. Future 5. Alright, so there we go. 2 first-round picks on Daniel Jones for Russell Wilson. Puna Ford in the 5th. So it's official. We have moved on from Russell Wilson. We took a look at the roster real quick. I think now that we've gone with this, we're just trying to go young approach. Tyler Lockett's going to stick around. Wow. We definitely need to make some free agent signings. Not a lot of guys are going to want to come to Seattle while it's in the stage unless they're trying to prove themselves on a short-term contract to get a bigger contract, or the younger guys just looking to get some long-term security. So I think either way we could look for those type of players. But instead of trade assets, I think we still have Bobby Wags and we have Quandre Diggs. He didn't want to be here. So my thinking is like whoever's blue on green on Quandre Diggs and has a open position at free safety, I'm gonna think they both agreed on it. You know, especially if he's going somewhere where he could have a chance to win and really prove himself. So let's just see if there's any green. So we got the Eagles, we got the football team, the Niners. Who do they have at free safety right now? They don't. Niners veteran signing really make that defense more stout, like that. But at the same time, it's like, what is the Niners window in real life? Patriots, because like in real life, it's like, you know, the Niners are hooping right now. But like, they're not giving up no trade assets or no younger guys. If they're planning to go Trey Lance soon, unless they are going with that, just build a stout team around Trey Lance. And it's only a 1-year deal. I think I'm leaning towards the Niners. And let's see what we can get from the Niners. Like a 3rd? I'd do a 3rd. And that works. Quandre Diggs, 3rd. Gets to go to San Francisco. Wow, we just traded in division. I wouldn't have done that. I forgot it was in division. I wouldn't have done that. But anyways, Bobby Wags. I think Bobby Wags might be the last guy we need to get traded, and Dunlap to dump his contract, see if he has any value, maybe attach him here. I'm just looking at Dunlap's value, see if anyone is even yellow across the league. Doesn't look like that. So let's go to the top. Bobby Wag's definitely a contender. Was a serious hole at middle linebacker. First, let's see who has greens on him. Down there, that Dolphins defense, that's already killer. Ginkle, Jerome, Jalen Phillips. Texans, no. Dolphins is the only green squad, but do I see him even going to the Dolphins? Did they manage to keep? They did keep Aaron Rodgers around. They have a little bit of cap room. Linebacker is a position that they haven't really addressed. I know they have Barnes. He's not even on the squad right now. This might be the spot. Now, what do I look to? We just traded for a quarterback in Daniel Jones, but Aaron Rodgers is here. He resigned. He stayed with the squad. So do we try to poach some? They don't have Devontae Smith on their contract. It's like, can we get some young assets, possibly, since they look like they might be buying into making a run? Like nothing crazy. Like they're late first, early third. So we go with their the early first might be too much. Like their Jordan Love, a third. Might go back up to a second. And someone with a cap hit. Like I said, we really don't know who our QB is right now, so why not bring in two young guys to properly evaluate. I think Billy Turner might be their bad contract to throw. Let's move this up to a second. It's a late second. All right, there we go. So Jordan Love, Billy Turner in a second for Bobby Wags. And I think just outside of that salary dump, which might even be a cut with Dunlap, I think we might be done. Let's just see if we get a late round pick for Dunlap or something like that. Veteran-led squad, they need some depth. They don't really care for their picks, like a future seventh, just to dump that, and that's good. There you go. I think that's going to be probably all the trades we're doing for right now, definitely. We can take a look at our team salaries again. So we got Jamal Adams as the second highest player behind me. Let's go ahead and make this cut. Nate Solder. Okay. So we got Tyler Lockett. We got $92 million in cap. $43.7 million cap penalty this year. It's okay. So all these guys they're sticking around. Chris Carson, we got to make a decision. Is he even healthy yet? He's not healthy. So let's at least let him get healthy before we even talk trades with him. Billy Turner, 5.8. That might need to be a cut if we need to save some money. Hyder, we got no penalty on this. We just make that cut. Dixon, stay. Sidney Jones, take a $3 million penalty. This is just a cut. Free up $3 million right there. Josh Myers, it's another cut. We can free up $4 million. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we moved on from a lot of the core because I feel like if you are trading a guy like Bobby Wagner, you need to just hit reset. You feel me? You need to just go find that value. All right. So our team looks like Dookie. We do have Jordan Love with star development, and we have Daniel Jones. I think as of right now, Jordan Love is going to be the starter. In my head, DK, Tyler Lockett, our wide receivers are still good. I think DK one, Lewis. Okay, so we definitely have a lot of holes to fill, basically. Take a look at this defense. Outside of Brooks, outside of Brooks and Jamal Adams, looks like we're gonna have to do a lot of work on there too. And like I said, defense might be where we're looking to put our most assets in first because we do have good playmakers on offense still right now. I just want to see the developmental guys we got. So at running back, you got Travis Homer still, DJ Dallas. Wide receiver, I feel like we're pretty deep. We are. K. Johnson out of South Dakota State. Freddie Swain, even. Eskridge. I think wide receiver might be something we can lean away from touching. Tight ends, definitely. Even though we have Cody Park who can develop. Line is a complete overhaul. Defensive end, we don't really have anybody that I'm excited to let develop. Maybe Alton Robinson. Daryl Taylor's a guy that I definitely am interested in developing. Let's just see his finesse move 73. Okay, definitely speed rusher. Middle linebacker is probably gonna. Jordan Rooks probably will be playing that Bobby Wags role. So I think we're not gonna change the scheme. I think we're just gonna stick with the schemes that they have for the Seahawks. And I think Jordan Brooks does move to middle linebacker now. Corners, Sydney, he's gonna stick around. Uh, Trey Brown might be a guy we like to develop. Free safety, Marquise Blair, 25 years old. Then of course Jamal Adams. So let's jump into free agency. And then we do have those two picks, so we will take a look at the draft. We will take a look at the draft. I believe it's 5 and 7. So, we definitely got some moves to make. We're going to go position by position, really see what's out here. Quarterback, I think we've addressed quarterback enough so far this offseason, at least not till draft, you know what I mean? That we can just move past that. Running back, we got Chris Carson. Chris Carson might be a guy we look to move. Maybe there's more of a guy looking to prove it on a 1-year deal. Marlon Mack finally getting a chance to be the number one, or like Ronald Jones being able to be the number one again. Definitely two guys I'm looking at. I think we might put a playoff for one of those guys. Like a Salvin Ahmed. Wasn't he on this team before? Out of Washington. I like this signing. Salvin Ahmed out of Washington. He's on a 2-year prove yourself deal. He's on a 2-year prove yourself deal. He's coming back to Seattle. Well, not back to Seattle. He's coming back to Washington. I do like that. One of those guys. No, I feel like those guys are still a little too high for us to be reaching for right now based on the team. Receivers, not something we need to address. What's this? Henry Ruggs on the league. Unless you got someone with a lot of upside that could eventually develop to a number 2, is what we could be looking for this year. Someone who fits this style of offense. Maybe a John Ross, just to have a guy that can really develop for the next few years. Not necessarily be a number 2. Deontay Harris, but he looks like he's getting paid. DJ Chark's not getting any offers. He sort of fits with that big physical receiver. I really like this signing. We'll give him 3 years. We'll go like 4, like 16.5. Yeah, 16.5 over 3. Puts that 83. I like that. I feel like he's very comparable to DK, and we could just have 2 big, fast, athletic guys. That might be what we're going for with that team. Tight end, maybe a veteran on their last ride. Everything was getting contract offers. Gerald Everett. Do we bring back Gerald Everett? I wouldn't be opposed to that. I'm definitely not giving him this. I'm bringing back on something like this. Up the offer. $6 million a year just to come back and play. I think I'll put that out there. I think that's good for tight ends. Left tackle. Russell Kuhn. I believe Russell Kuhn was in Seattle. So why not try to bring him back on a 1 year? 93. I'll bring down that money a little bit. Let's go like 4.73. Would I put us at 80? Yeah, we're good there. Let's see if there's any. Like a Jerron Christensen. He's getting offers. He's getting offers to play for like the Chiefs and the Colts. I don't think we could really compete with those. What? He did? He did? Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm sorry. Anyone that was probably watching this rebuild, bro. We're stopping this shit right now. I'm